What's poppin', yo? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another film review, actually, not a news video. Sorry, I just came out doing quite a few news videos, so that's kind of ingrained into my brain. But we're going to be going into this film review, and we are going again with another one name, one title fits all for this sort of movie. And this one is Hannah. We've already taken a look at Anna on the channel. Now let's add two H's to the mix and make it Hannah. And with this movie, it follows a pretty similar plotline to Anna, where we have a spy-like character getting trained up and surviving out in the wild. However, this one does take a little bit of a different turn, and we'll be talking about that in just a little bit, because without any further delay, I think we should head over to what Google has to say about this movie. So this movie did come out in 2011, quite a long time ago at this point, and you can watch it on Netflix, Now TV, Sky Store, and Google Play. It has a 7.1 percent on Rotten Tomatoes and a 4.4 out of 5 on Amazon, and then a 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb. Hannah Holler, a 16-year-old raised to be the perfect assassin, is sent on a mission which takes her across Europe. She is shadowed by an intelligence agent and her team. So how the story opens up is with Anna, whatever you want to call her, absolutely sniping a fucking deer, Lara Croft style. She accidentally misses its heart and has to put it out of its misery. We then go to see the father, and the father is like, right, gang, repeat after me, repeat after me, repeat after me. So then it's ingrained into her little brain that she is a German girl with two friends, she has a dog, and she enjoys singing. And that is repeated to her over and over and over again until she understands that is her alibi. So the dad dips and leaves and then is like, don't flick this switch or they'll come after you. And these two are arguing the entire time. She ends up like flicking the switch, gets captured, and then manages to escape a highly secure sort of prison holding cell block type thing with her absolutely sick assassin skills, fake crying, snapping neck ability, and gunmanship, which by the looks of things, I don't think she's ever held a gun in her fucking life. She's been using a bow and arrow up until this point, so to be fair, I don't know how that she knows how to use a gun. She manages to escape, and then she hitches a ride with this random family on a road trip, very similar to the hippie family from Venom, and they're singing, they're dancing, they're hollering, having a grand old time, and Hannah is just sat there in a box. She ends up making friends with a girl and then taking out assassins as they're going through their holiday, and she's outrunning the police, outrunning the government, and the government end up catching up to her, and then she puts the family at risk, and then the family run away, and then she's left to take out the rest of the government, and she takes out the rest of the government, meets back up with her dad, and that's how the movie ends. Honestly, I really did not like this movie. I'm not a fan of this one. I much preferred Anna to Hannah. This one just seemed really boring and repetitive, with her going on a trip with this family and learning to make friends, learning to be human, learning to be a real girl instead of this trained assassin, this perfect assassin that she has been raised and trained to be from birth. It is that generic story where we have this government child who goes and meets some actual kids roughly her age, and she learns to be a real girl, and she learns to get a boyfriend, she learns to fall in love, and very similar to Stranger Things, very similar to pretty much every other like action like movie with this story beat. It is a very common story beat. And this one does switch up a little bit with her betraying the family and lying to them, and then, you know, having the family turn their backs on her, and then that not be fixed or like actually continued in the plotline. I thought that was pretty cool because it made the consequences of her actions matter. It taught her that consequences, you know, are a real thing. And I quite like that, not gonna lie. I thought that was an interesting choice to have the family abandon her and then not come back, and then have her go back to her dad, which I feel like is quite abusive. I don't know, I feel like the dad's a little bit of abusive and someone who shouldn't be trusted, given the fact that this motherfucker is training you from the get-go to be an assassin. Like, you know, you have known nothing else because he doesn't want you to know nothing else. You are an assassin. You are like a toy. You are nothing to him. You don't mean anything. You are just here. And I feel like that's really upsetting and quite unfortunate. That is a shit way to be raised, but again, she hasn't known anything different, so she's just putting the skills that have been given to her and putting them to good use. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to say. The storyline is boring, with her trying to take out the government and escape these random guys who were chasing her. It just wasn't very interesting, and it isn't a movie that really kept my attention all the way through. I did end up going on my phone quite a bit during this movie, and I'm going to be honest, this movie was pretty easy to follow whilst being on my phone. I was busy editing videos, making thumbnails, and just having this on in the background. It could not keep my attention for the life of me, I'm going to be honest. It just didn't. It just didn't. And I quite like movies like these. I like spy movies, I like thriller movies, I like action movies, I like horror movies. I like every movie, not gonna lie. I'm quite partial to every single kind of genre, but this one just felt repetitive and overdone and overutilized, and personally, just not for me. If you do enjoy this movie, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know why you enjoyed this movie. I just feel like the story was kind of basic, and the action that we did get was few and far between, and I've just seen the story done too many times for it to still be effective. And again, this film did come out in 2011, so it was pretty early on to this story beat, was pretty new to this style of story, with them being, learning the way of the world. And I'm going to be honest, Stranger Things kind of did steal it from, everything else, but Stranger Things is one that I watched first, so I'm going to be more partial to that. And even then, Stranger Things managed to do it in a more interesting way, building up a mystery around it. This had no mystery to it. There was no mystery to why that he did this. We know why he did it from the get-go, that he wanted to take down the government, and he was going to use this little girl to do it, and he succeeded. He used this girl to take down the government, and I'm not a big fan of the government, but I wouldn't raise a child like this. Even if I wanted to take down the government, which I don't. Government, please don't come after me. I'm sorry. I don't want to come after you. I don't really give a shit. But, this is just a simple review. I'm not taking shots at the government. I am not planning a revolution. I apologize. This is a hypothetical. If I did want to take down the government, I would not do this, because this is morally wrong. And not a way to raise a child. So, yeah, this boy show was a movie, and a movie that I watched. Do I regret watching it? Absolutely. This is not a movie that I would ever watch again, or that I would ever recommend to somebody. It is just, I don't even know what to put it. Like, there is no entertainment value here for this movie for me. Like, I did not enjoy this movie, and I don't really have an explanation of why, other than I'm used to seeing this plot point done over and over and over again. The only other sort of reasons why I don't like it is the character is stale. Like, the main character's stale. There's no real sort of excitement with her. Her learning of the real world is all done through this one teenage girl who is quite spoiled and a brat, and is not really a nice person in herself, so she hasn't really got much to go on. And I did actually want to watch this movie ever since watching the Dune TV show, because I do like the actress that was playing the other girl that she met on holiday, and she was in End of the Fucking World, so that is one of the main reasons why I watched this. But she wasn't that great in this, I'm gonna be honest. She was more of a toxic mate than anything else, and it just felt like it had little to no substance, alright? It had little to no stuff that made it stand out from the other movies which fit into this category, and I am repeating myself at this point, so I'm just going to end the video here. I'm going to love you and leave you so that I don't repeat myself anymore. But what I will repeat myself is about you hitting the subscribe button. I'll repeat myself countless of times to make sure that you do that, because if you've made it this far in the video, it means you obviously like my content and you want to stick around and see what else I have to offer as a content creator. So if you do want to do that, you can hit this big red subscribe button down below to join the price tags, and you can also hit that link in the description, which will take you to everything else that I have to offer as a content creator, if you are interested to see in what other videos that I have been making here on the channel, and where else I am, you know, on the internet, from my TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, Discord, Cameo. Everything that I do is in that link tree for you to go and enjoy for yourself. But other than that, I'll see you all later, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe.